A minimal viable product is what most people tend to do when they're building a digital product or an app or some piece of technology. At Produktiv, we really focus on minimal lovable products. What a minimal lovable product is focusing on a user experience or a job to be done or some kind of pain point that your app solves, and making that experience delightful. And focusing just in on that experience and not trying to do as much stuff as possible, and which is what an MVP is as many things as possible, as quick as possible. We're focusing on doing the best user experience possible for a limited number of features. So mapping out the customer journey really starts with understanding your customer. The best digital products come out of pure frustration. A problem that somebody has in their job that they're just hitting a brick wall and they need to build something custom in order to make that problem go away. So to map out the journey experience, the first thing you do is you start with your customer. You understand them, you talk to them. What I like to do is not build a persona that's based on some demographic data or something like that. Talk to somebody who has this problem and listen to their day-to-day experience trying to solve this problem. If there's nobody out there to talk to about the problem, then maybe you don't have a market that maybe nobody wants this solution. So starting that user journey is all about understanding what's in their day-to-day life, what's their job to be done, and how they're going about it, and what kind of pain that they're having trying to get that done. A great example for that is I built a startup once for open houses. We spent all this time building as many features as possible, but so we had features for the listing page, viewing it on a map, doing all these interactions with the map. When we got it into the hands of users, one thing they said to us is like, we actually just care about the day-to-day operations of that open house. Can I have a way to email clients? Can I have a way to RSVP to them? And this whole feature set that we ignored because we didn't listen to customers, we built a whole bunch of stuff we didn't need. So going back to that user journey, it's about understanding what their day-to-day is like. So for the open house app, what are the things that stress you out before, during, and after an event, right? Once we understood that, we built features that people really loved, and that's what's gonna hook them to wanna use it. It's gonna make their life easier, and if it makes their life easier, they'll see value in it and wanna pay for it. Design is one of the most important ways to find product market fit. And it's often something that people skip through in order to get something out the door. Before you start going and building and doing specifications and setting up servers, do a prototype. I often say that a prototype is worth 1,000 meetings. A prototype will allow you to get the early iterations of that product to that customer. So first of all, you want to start with multiple variations, see if you really do solve that problem with that prototype, and get it into the hands of the customer quickly. Get feedback and see if they like it or not, what they would change. The other thing too is don't tell them how to navigate through it. Put it in their hands and say, do this task with this app. If they can do it, then you're getting a good user experience. If they do it and they say, oh wow, that was really easy, then you're starting to get closer to a minimal lovable product. Not every idea, not every product that somebody has that wants to go to market is worth building. You need to understand that if you're going to be building digital products or want to be doing that. And you have to have an open mind on either when to quit or when to step away from features that you might think are important. Doesn't matter what you think. It matters what your customer thinks, and that target persona that you wanted to woo or bring into the app that you want to build, if they aren't interested in it and they don't use these features, or they get stuck or they're broken, you need to go back to the drawing board. And that's why it's important to do this in the design phase and not the development phase, because it's a lot cheaper to design things than it is to build them out completely. So getting started with Minimal Lovable Product, you can find everything on Produktiv.agency. We have a couple of different templates. One, we have a user journeys template, which will help you map out that experience from front to back. And it has a lot of good documentation on how we've done that with our agency, with lots of different startups. The second thing that we have is lo-fi wireframes, which are handy for rapid prototyping and getting those ideas out there quickly. And then the third thing we have is we have mid and hi-fi wireframes. These will help you get a ready to user test prototype into the hands of your customers. And it also has a design system linked with it. So you'll be able to start building out and building components and saving your progress as you're building out your design system. We also have a user testing template, which gives you a framework on how to run a user test, how to put that product in front of your customer, and what things you want to look at to gauge if you have product market fit and if you've built a minimal lovable product.